Right. The chips have been cashed in.
Oh, my wife. I get scared with my wife because my wife has, and by the way, you guys might think this is fucking crazy because if you, especially ABU, if you've never experienced this, you'll think I'm a nutcase with what I'm about to say. But we have had multiple paranormal experiences, both of us throughout our life, not just together, but also separately.
Right.
And my wife actually has some clairvoyance. She has some weird shit. Like she actually says someone's in trouble. And next thing you know, we get a text from her sister in Honduras that her house was just wiped out by a mudslide. And
holy fuck.
Oh no, my wife, it's creepy is what it is.
I believe it.
Yeah.
For real.
And I've seen ghosts. So, and we deal with paranormal activity in our house. We have 2 spirits in our house that we interact with, and it's crazy. And but I'm a science person. So if you're like me, maybe you got to prove it. You're like, listen to this and go, this is fucking nuts. But I've seen ghosts. I saw a ghost when I was 7 years old, first time. And it was one that was on like Unsolved Mysteries, like on the TV show back in the day, like in a town near where I lived. And my wife has spiritual connections to people where she can, it's fucking weird. Okay. But it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried that if my wife dies before me, she's going to haunt me till the day I die.
Be nice to her then.
No, I know. No, but that's why I tell her when she says this attorney thing, I'm like, I'm telling you, if you go first, I mean,
just say yes.
She has a lot of medical issues. She still has a lot of medical issues. I'm like, if you go first, please leave me the fuck alone. Like I'm begging you, because I don't like ghosts, even though I've seen them and I've interacted with them.
I've never seen them, but I felt one. Like I was at work at the hospital, right? It's over 3 a.m. I guess we were all resting our feet in some chairs, and at some point I felt a hand grab me by the neck. I felt the fingers grab me, and they held my neck, and I felt another hand pressing down on my chest, and I couldn't speak. And I couldn't move. I just could move my head. Everything else was paralyzed. And I was awake because I was just laughing with my buddies just then. And then I completely froze and I couldn't speak up. Oh. And they didn't even notice because they were listening to some music or whatever. And they didn't even notice. I was searching about some stuff online, and I even thought it would be a night terror or anything, but I wasn't asleep. I was fully awake.
Right. Jesus. Hell no.
My wife has had, so my wife's grandmother stays with her. My wife's grandmother raised her until a very early age, until she came to the United States. My wife came to the United States, but her grandmother stayed in Honduras. My wife was driving and fell asleep at the wheel and started to veer over into a head-on collision with a truck. And she got grabbed on the shoulder, and she was by herself, by the way. She got grabbed on the shoulder to wake her up. She veered back, and like, obviously she was shaken or whatever, but she was fine, and she did not hit a truck head on. And the next day, her whole shoulder where she was grabbed had a big hand mark, had a black and blue.
No way.
Of a hand mark, and it was her grandmother. And her
so
grandmother,
there was physical evidence.
Watches. Yeah. And one time me and my wife were in a really rough time. We were like Rocky, like we were in a tough spot, like even talking about divorce and things like that, where we were fighting constantly. And the remote control, which was across the room next to the TV, flew across the room and hit me in the head when we were in an argument. And she goes like, and my wife was nowhere near it. All of this stuff, like a remote flew across the room and cracked my skull, like to the point where I went down while we were fighting.
I was telling you to shut up.
And my wife was like, "Yeah, my grandma's not thrilled with you right now.
Wow,
we might want to stop this."
Wow.
And I stopped. And the last one I'll give you, we were fighting, but it wasn't nasty like that. Like we weren't really arguing, and we were in a 3-week fight or whatever, where we just weren't talking a lot. And I had this big meeting with a hospital in Maine, and I have my favorite tie. Well, I go to get my tie and I look at my wife. I'm like, I can't find my lucky tie. Like, it's gone. Like this, that, and the other thing. She's like, I don't know. I didn't take it. And I'm like, come on. I'm going to this meeting. I'm superstitious. Like, I need this tie. And we looked all over the house for it. And by the way, I keep my ties in one place and they never leave that place. So it's like, it can't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, we can't find it. So anyway, go to the meeting. It's like 2 years later. Okay. Me and my wife are in a much better place. We've rectified everything. We're just in a good place. That tie was folded neatly, sitting in the front of my closet. Just one day, just out of the blue. 2 years after that moment. It was gone for 2 years.
Wow.
My wife was like, oh, my grandma must have hit it on you.
Wow.
Like folded completely neatly, like directly when I walk into my closet. Like in a place
crazy.
where I would have seen it every single day.
Every day. Yeah. So crazy.
And my wife didn't do it. I know that for a fact. Like it was just like, it's just,
that would totally freak me out. If I saw something fly across the room, or if I saw something like a door shut, or something, I would freak out. I'd be like, nope, that's it. Time to move.
Yeah. It's if I, like every spirit I've ever encountered, which there've been 4 of them throughout my life, they've all been friendly. Right. So it's been like, if I got into any sort of like these movies, like with this like creepy ghosts that are like trying to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
When I say friendly to my family, not necessarily friendly to me.
Right. Okay. So they're not
like that remote control deal wasn't exactly,
friendly fire.
Right.
By the way, where's Retpmus?
I don't know. I've been wondering that same thing. I hope he's okay. We've just been.
He said he would be here.
I think. We've just been kind of hanging, waiting for him. But which I've been recording most of this, by the way. I just hit the record button, so we have a show. If we don't have a show, we have a show, right?
Oh my God!
I am
folks,
curious.
Speak religion and ghosts.
Well, I didn't get all the religion piece. I kind of cut off at the tail end of that, but I did get the ghost stories. So. One way or the other, we'll have a show, I guess. But I am curious. I am curious though about this whole friendly ghost thing. It's not like Casper, where like you see the little boy and he's like, "Oh, let's go eat some ice cream." No, it's like, what do you mean by friendly?
You don't see it. You might feel its presence, but it doesn't annoy you.
So one of these scenarios, I actually saw the actual Scooby-Doo glowing outline.
Old Man Withers at the lumber mill.
Yes.
Right.
So this was so as we wait for Retpmus, let me just tell this story because it's a good one. And by the way, this house is known as being haunted. They do tours
really
there and everything.
So it's been certified by the Ghost Hunter Association of America. Boom.
Whoever does that. But it was on Unsolved Mysteries, like that old NBC
Robert Stack
show and all that stuff. So the story was there was a baby that died in this house.
Mm-hmm.
And back in like the 1600s or whatever, it's in Durham, Connecticut. And this house was the next door neighbor to my best friend growing up. So I used to spend nights over there. And so we used to play. So I was about 7 at the time. So they had people, they had kids same age as us that lived in the house. So they had just had a baby. This family that lived there just had a baby. And we're playing on their swing set and all we hear is a baby crying. And then their mom walks out with the newborn to show it to us. And the baby's asleep. But there's a baby crying. So I look at the 7-year-old that lives there and I said, "What baby's crying? Your brother is quiet." He goes, "Oh, that's the baby ghost in our house." And
he was just fine with it.
What? Oh yeah,
And the
no,
kid was
and
just
just
fine with it.
completely fine with it. Completely fine with it. Like, oh, that's the baby ghost in our house. He cries every now and again.
Yep, time to move.
I'm like, so I'm hearing this, and I'm like, are there any? And by the way, I was like a huge Scooby-Doo guy, and I
Right.
did not like ghosts as a kid. I was a
Right.
fraidy cat. Like I was just nothing that's scary. I'm not into it. I'm not into scary movies. I'm not into anything scary.
Right.
And I'm 7. So I say, do you guys have any other ghosts? Like, well, yeah, Suki lives here, but he's super nice. Like he's the baby's grandfather,
Hmm.
and he looks out for the baby. And I'm like, well, where's Suki? And he goes, oh, well, Suki's right there. And he points up to their picture window.
Right.
And I see this glowing outline of an old man with a long white beard. And he's just like this.
No way. Waving to you.
I fucking hightailed it the hell out of there. I ran out of their yard. I ran into my friend's house. I got the dial phone, called my mom, says, come get me the F out of here. And I actually, as a 7-year-old, I think I said, get me the fuck out of here. And I never went back to that house.
Oh my God.
And then I learned years after that it was like that was a real thing.
Right. That's
like
sick.
that house is known like nationally as being one of the most paranormally active houses in the world.
Like a hotspot.
Oh yeah.
Like Ghost Vacation Central. Like when they do book it online, they go there, man. They're like fucking
I've been traveling to some places and they broadcast it. This is a haunted like hotel. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'll go to the 5-star one that doesn't have a ghost.
Right.
How about that?
Oh my Lord. Yeah, you would. And that strikes me as odd too. Like, why do people pay money?
There's some people that are fascinated by it and are invigorated by it. Me, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that the only ones I deal with today, the ones I deal with today, I know who they are. Like my wife's son is here.
Sure.
And he doesn't do anything wrong. He just we'll come downstairs and my wife makes the couch for him, like makes it like a bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll wake up the next morning and all the sheets are ruffled and pillow has a head mark in it. Like seriously, that shit happens like every week.
Wow.
It's fascinating, but but I never feel in danger. I never feel scared.
Wow.
It's my wife's grandmother and my wife's son. So
Wow.
And Suki and the baby ghost in Durham, Connecticut.
Suki and
those
the baby
are the
ghost.
4. Those are the 4 I've dealt with.
By the way, Retpmus has joined the chat.
You must be so confused.
Yeah, I've been listening.
As have we all, man.
We had a religious discussion and then a ghost discussion.
Oh.
What should be next?
Yeah. You pick the next topic, Retpmus.
It's going to be tough to move on to DeSaad.
Right? I know. Oh, my Lord. So are we all going to try and do the podcast now, or is that what we're going to try and do?
Sure.
Okay. Because I would be happy just to sit and shoot the shit all day.
Other than DeSaad, there's nothing overly interesting. The last few weeks they've been putting on a platter for us with like controversy and bugs.
I know, right? We've been spoiled for topics, and now
like
it's
I'm not like honestly, I don't think like Siege bonus tunes. It's kind of a fucking snore right now. You know.
Oh boy!
Oh, I did run into a really nasty raven the other day. The only one I've seen this Siege.
Right. And
it really caught me off guard.
What was particularly striking about it?
I don't know. I couldn't kill their team.
Oh.
And she kept putting on death immunity and she just stayed there.
Yeah.
And it just, so it was like, I had 3 bonus thinking, like, I'm just thinking old Raven, like not going to do anything. Like I haven't read her new kit. I haven't done anything with it. And so I had 3 bonus and I actually I had a 3 bonus plus 13 because I lost somebody. I ended up winning.
Right.
And I ended up winning, only
Yeah.
losing one person, but it took forever.
Right.
And I got a plus 13 out of 3 bonus.
Yeah,
Right.
the thing with having so much good tunes as a bonus tunes is that you get overconfident
Yep.
sometimes.
Well, I didn't.
That's
but
what happens.
It wasn't even
Because
overconfidence. It's just I had no idea what Raven did.
Yeah, you're not familiar with the new kid.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I saw her. Like, even as her as a bonus, I've only seen her once, the Siege.
Oh yeah, because everyone is using Saint Marco with Ettrick and pulling
Yeah.
the
Right.
4 moves at once and
Yep.
clean house. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, should I start some music and make this thing official?
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
Now since we're actually talking
Yeah,
about the
now we're
game,
actually talking about the fucking
now,
game.
now we're losing content.
Okay. Oh my God.
Recording in progress.
All right. All right. Let's see if I can actually pull this thing off today. Oh boy. Here we go, folks. Hello, hello, and welcome to our humble little podcast. This is Atlantis After Dark, and I am the AB, and you are in the right place. We're glad you could join us today. We had a little mini debate in the writer's room this morning about men's underwear. I say the underwear with the pouch is the way to go. Hate mail says, why not just boxers? I say it's because they don't offer the same support. At my age, that's important. Yeah, having said all that, I think it's important, too, that we also get... You guys are snickering in the background. Like, that's not a real thing. Droppage is real.
I'm already writing down notes for the show write-up.
Droppage is real, folks. Anyway, I lost my fucking place. We're always starting this thing off with a bang. Let's not waste any more time. Let's introduce these jokers. Let's introduce the All-Stars. Warming up in the bullpen, he recently told me about his first date. At the time, he told his partner, I'd love to have a drink before sex, but communion wine seems wrong, Father. It's BIFF by Adam West. What's the word, dude?
That's actually very ironic.
Oh, no.
Considering we just had a 20-minute discussion about religion prior to this.
I know.
Oh, those stupid wafers.
Oh.
I could tell you, for all you people that are religious out there, don't like try to get me struck down, but what a racket. Sip of wine and a little fucking wafer, and they expect you to put 10% of your earnings in that damn till.
Wow. Don't hold back, man. Tell us how you really feel. All right.
Oh, give me the whole bottle, and maybe you
Give me the whole bottle.
Maybe you get more.
Is it noon yet? Have you had the whole bottle?
It's 12:25.
It's 12:25 somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
It is here.
Well, welcome to the show, pal.
He wants to trade the wafer for another glass.
exactly.
I think that's the problem.
By the way, what do they do like post-COVID now? Do they just have that
that's a
big
good
white
question.
thing that they just wipe the glass, or do they like have to sterilize a damn glass every time now with COVID?
I don't know.
I haven't been to church in years. So.
Yeah.
They use little Dixie cups and they put the amount in each cup for a person.
Okay.
There you
Like
go.
those little thimbles they give you with NyQuil? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
See?
Awesome. We learned something
There you
today. Learn something on Double AD every time you listen. That's it. The power of knowledge. All right. Well, welcome back to the show, buddy. We missed you. Well, I can't say we missed you. You got on the last episode, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just been a couple of weeks since we've done an episode. And I guess that's why I say we missed you. Because I do miss you.
I think I only missed one episode.
Yeah. I think there's only been 1 week in between. So.
And one I was here, but I really wasn't here.
Oh yeah.
Right.
One.
That was pretty good.
By the
That
way,
was my favorite. That
you were
was
the
my
headliner.
favorite.
You were the headliner, and
You were the star of the
thing
show.
about it.
You were the star of the show, pal.
Yeah, I just remembered. Oh, I got to get on the show.
Oh, you were,
Oh, man.
the next day, everyone was complimenting you on her server, and you
I
were
know.
just like, "What'd I do?
You were
I
a
haven't listened to
superstar.
it yet."
Oh, well, anyways, speaking of this guy, next up, he is the Sorcerer Supreme of Cyberspace. The other day, he got arrested by a female police officer. She said, Anything you say can be held against you. He said boobs. It's Retpmus. What's happening, Big Kahuna?
Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to use that.
Oh, boy.
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Good
Glad
deal.
everybody was here to show up, even though I was late this morning.
You were only a tad late. By the way, we're going to,
We
you
had
don't
some
know.
fascinating discussion while you were late.
You'll have to catch up on some of it. Yeah. Anyways, well, glad you could be on the show with us today, pal. Last but not least, from the hidden isle of Themyscira, I asked how things were going in her love life. She said her new boyfriend thinks the G in G spot stands for God damn, where is it? It's Witty Amazon. What's happening out there on Paradise Island? That was fucking terrible.
That was great. Still think Retpmus's was better.
Yeah,
but you hit the spot. You hit the spot.
I did.
I'll give you that. Yeah, you did.
Unlike any other man.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It's the first time for everything, right? Oh my God.
Off to
Oh,
a good start.
what a way to kick off a show. I tell you what. Welcome one and all. I tell you what, let's not waste a whole lot more time. Let's get into some DCL. Let's talk a little bit about DeSaad then. I kind of want to go over some pros and cons with him because he kind of seems like he's a pros and cons character. I mean, he seems like he's a really good support tune, and he has some really fantastic AoE stack on it where he does a stun the entire team. I think that's a fantastic talent. I think one of his powers are broken. I think it's 2 right now, isn't it? Was
Let
one
me
of
check
his
his kit.
Yeah, is one of the things in his kit broken? I could have sworn I saw something about that.
I believe so. It's
Yeah.
something to do with purging.
Yeah, I think we'll get our fact checkers on that, but
Yeah.
but I kind of wanted to do something like that, like pros and cons. Like, what do we think about? What's definitely one of the cons about running DeSaad on your team?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there is any. I mean, a lot of people are disappointed because it doesn't do a whole lot of damage.
Right.
But knowing that he's a support tune, I'm okay with it because what he does with the rest of his kit, it doesn't even matter. His that first move that put ends downs doesn't even matter that it doesn't do any damage. Because he can nerf an entire enemy team with one move, and he's
Right.
a fast character. So with one move, it can stun the whole team, and you can do whatever you want with them. So I don't care if he doesn't do damage.
Yeah,
His job is to anchor down the enemy team, and he does that perfectly.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot.
And he doesn't do damage.
No, he does
Yeah.
zero
I mean,
damage.
so
Yeah.
if that's what you're looking
It doesn't
for,
matter.
ain't your no, absolutely. Like no, I think he does a ton. But yeah, it's if you're looking for a damage dealer, if you're
Yeah, he's
looking
not a
for
striker.
the next 5-time raid character, not your fella.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish, like, on the screen when it has the characters listed, that they would just put below it like attacker, support. So that way people are like, well, he doesn't do damage. Well, what type of character is he? And then that would
Right.
shut a lot of people up.
No, it wouldn't.
That's true.
Biff. No, it wouldn't.
Maybe it
No,
make maybe
people
it
are
make
going to say
people,
shit no matter
may-
what.
maybe it would make them understand why.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever the optimist. I love you, buddy. Jesus.
I'm on a Reddit diet right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've decided to stay away.
I was going to say we haven't had drama lately, but then again, I haven't been on Reddit, so I know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's there's never any drama if you're not there.
That's right. That's how I feel about it too. That's how I feel about it. No, so those are good points to make about DeSaad. And for those reasons, I too am desperately trying to get him up as high as I really wish I'd have paid more attention during his sale. But c'est la vie. It seems to me
still is the free character.
Oh, he still is the free character.
You got opportunity. Tons of opportunity.
right. You've
And
got a
then,
lot
of course, he'll have a sale next month. You'll be able to purchase him 3 times. because remember, every month they sell both of the characters again.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
a few months out.
Yeah.
That's 90 shards and 2 rebirth crystals, I think.
Yes, I believe that is it.
90
But it's
shards.
a few months down the road.
No, it's the next month.
Is it?
So next,
I think
don't
you're right.
so.
I think
I
Retpmus
just
is
bought
right.
Jesse Quick last month.
would they always take the 2 characters from the previous month and have the like last chance sell? The
Okay, I
next
know
month?
they do have that. I just think
Yeah.
it's 2 or 3 months down the road, not
Is
a
it?
month after. Because
I
I
think
just bought
Retpmus
Jesse
is
Quick
right.
recently, and Jesse Quick's been out more than 1
Has
month.
she?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I think you're wrong.
Just for the record, I'm on Team Retpmus this time. I
I
could have
would say it's
sworn.
2
Hey,
or 3
hey,
months
hey, Biff.
after their release.
I have a shirt that has Grumpy Dwarf on it from the 7 Dwarfs, and he says, "I might not always be right, but I'm never wrong."
Okay.
So-
I just we went to Disney a few months ago, and I have one. I'm trying to remember what it says because obviously, you know what dwarf I'm buying, and it's Grumpy,
right.
right? Oh God, I don't remember what my shirt says, but it says something like just I'm not happy today, and I wear it.
I've got like a whole closet full of nothing but sarcastic shirts. Like the one I'm wearing right now says, "I didn't mean to offend you. That was just a bonus."
Very nice.
Yeah, my
I-
wife gets really irritated because I have like probably 20 shirts that just have sarcastic remarks on it, and I love to wear them.
I appreciate that. I appreciate a guy who has a nice T-shirt collection. I do the same. I have a collection of rock and comic book shirts, so I can appreciate that.
My wife makes T-shirts. Like she can make anything. So I come up with ideas. Like when we went to Disney, the day we went to the Star Wars world, we had a shirt that each of us had a shirt where hers had an R2D2 on it, and it just had the bubbles all around him, saying
Right.
beep, 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 like different sounds.
Right.
And then mine had Yoda on it, and it said, "Understand her, I don't."
I thought you were going to say something. I thought you were going to say like had all these things like bleep blorp means no. That would have been funnier.
Well, no, we're just saying the man doesn't understand the woman.
So
That's the
right,
joke.
right. I get it. But here's the thing. This is a great idea for you. Is I've had this idea forever, and I don't know if anybody's ever going to take advantage of it, but you should. I've had an idea for a T-shirt design with a bee, right? And a bee is all relaxed with his hands behind us. He's relaxed. He's stretched out in a recliner. He's got a J in his lips. You know, he's got a drink in his hand, right? He's all fucking chill. And then the caption should read, "I just laid my honey." Get it?
Oh, I get it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm telling you.
Why are you giving this gold to all these people?
Yes. So everybody's going to have that idea, and we're going to see shirts flooded everywhere now.
Well, good, because I just want to buy one. That's all. Does somebody make that shirt so I can buy one?
I'll make it for you.
Will you?
Now, when I say I'll make it for you, I mean my wife. will
Your
make it.
wife will make it for you.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing a finished product then. You
Okay.
finish that product and I will purchase it off your hands.
Absolutely.
I will purchase that and I will wear it on a podcast day so you guys can see me wearing it. That's a fucking great idea. Thanks, Biff.
Oh, but we have to use the terminology laid. We can't use LAID though. We have to use the verbiage.
I'm sorry?
No, you have to, because you're using laid with it in a different. You're playing.
Yeah.
You're playing a word game.
Yeah.
But on the shirt has to have
Yeah.
the actual laid honey, not
LAYED.
exactly.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't think I explained that.
Okay.
overly
Yes.
well.
Yes. Okay. We're talking the same
'cause
thing.
I
Not
heard
the
all
sexual
I heard
term.
people. I heard people turning off the podcast as I was trying to explain.
Right.
that.
No, you're good. You're good. Look, we're off the rails today, and I don't think there's anything. There's no coming back. We started off the rails, and we're off the rails today, and that's just the way it is.
Right.
What else about DeSaad, guys? That's great DeSaad conversation.
So I'll give you my thoughts on DeSaad.
Right.
The most interesting part for me after going through the kit and looking at everything is how inconsequential any of the legendaries are.
You know,
3 is really the first one you should take, but it only applies if Darkside's on your team.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
that's
was
the
just gonna
only
bring
one
that
that's truly valuable. And you see people in Siege and they're running them without Darkside, obviously, because you're trying to get as many bonuses as possible.
Right.
But it just struck me. First of all, 1, 2, and 4, who gives a rip? It's all low percentages.
25%.
Purge
That's-
1 buff. Like we always say that the percentage that matters is 70.
Right.
Like once you get to
Yeah.
70, you're
Anything below 50%
Right.
is useless.
no. So you have 25%. You have Purge 1 buff. You have like all these things where his legendary is irrelevant, and his 3, which is his most valuable one, means you
Works
have
just fine without it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been using him in the showdown just to get alliance points, and I haven't even picked his legendary points just yet, and it works just fine.
Yeah.
It nukes the other team just fine.
Most of
It's just-
most of the time, whenever a character comes out, I always look at their passives because passives always happen. You know, you don't have to interact with them.
Correct.
So most of the time, I always choose passives before I go to any active one, unless it's like an immediate, oh, I have to choose as active because this is the best move.
Right.
But that's what I usually do. And if you choose his passives, they're not that bad.
no, but
No.
his 4 is his worst. Legendary 25%
Oh,
true
yeah.
heal when a green hits DeSaad.
Right. Come on.
That is this.
Right.
so specific.
I mean, come on. These are
Yeah.
legendary 20%, legendary 5 passive, 20% true heal plus 20% chance to gain debuff immunity at the end of DeSaad's turn. Okay, so that's his second. That's the one you take second.
Mhm.
Is his 5th passive,
Right.
right? And the one you'll take first
Dark side.
is a
Sure.
Hawk Dove situation.
Right.
Like it's
Hey, people want his synergy. It's what they get.
yeah,
Right.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. You want, but
And
I'm
I think
saying,
it'll work fine because you can come up with some really twatty teams with Darkseid. So I think when his kit gets fixed, his bugs get fixed, I think it's gonna make up for a pretty good team up. I think it was a cool idea. But yeah, everything else with a 25% chance is just honey on top because his kit laid down without the legendaries is alright. Is enough.
Yeah.
if there's
He's-
anything we can tell you folks, don't worry about screwing up the legendary order on this one because it doesn't
Nah.
fucking
Yeah.
matter.
Dealer's choice.
And you know, they did make him a green, which if he's using magic, why is he not mystic?
Well,
How is it an energy set?
I mean, we've had this argument before when they
Right.
assigned
I guess that's true.
different
That's
affinities
what-
to different characters.
I guess
I just
so
every,
there'll be a
every
difference
time
with
I hear
Darkseid.
that argument, I can't. I just hear awesome powers with the nerd alert.
Yeah. Biff's brain starts to melt.
Well, I guess it does break it up, like I was saying,
Sure.
with Dark Side, so you don't have 2 mystics. If you run them together, you get 2 different affinities, which I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It'll work better that way because otherwise you can run. You shouldn't run 3 affinities on the same team. So
Yeah.
in order to pair him with them, I think it was well thought out.
Yeah.
Think
I
about it
mean,
this way. Think about Hawk Dove, right?
exactly.
How many great reds do we have? What scenario
Exactly.
can we pair them together? Because some stupid passive that only triggers when they work together.
Sure.
Like there's still better options.
This way you have more chance of pairing them both. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I get why you would say that it should be a mystic, but because his powers should be mystical, but that way you'll get more mileage out of him for sure.
Definitely, I agree too.
But good returns so far
Yeah.
from what other people are saying. Like I've
It's a solid
been
character.
trying to hammer alliance points this week with
Easy.
him.
Easy.
Yeah.
And
But,
mine is not fully geared because I haven't had the time to to take him all up to the top. It's like gear 8 or 9 or whatever. It still holds up his bacon because it just funds the whole team and you can do whatever you want and it just stays alive. So he's a solid one for
Mm.
sure.
I just took
Bacon.
him gear 9 off the bat, and I've decided to take the last 12 one day at a time for the next couple weeks, and he still holds up at gear 9.
That took him to level 80 and completely geared him and fully ringed him, but I haven't used him that much. I plan on it. I just haven't got truly around to doing it. But with the times that I have used him, I have used him with Dark Side.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think maybe if I can be so bold as to say, I think some of the problem is, I think just burnout. We've had so many things happen in the game recently that getting around to using DeSaad has just been, well, we'll get there, you know? And maybe I'm just speaking out of turn.
It's been a slow couple weeks.
It has been. Yeah.
And it's been
all
kind of like a
all-
little DCL vacation.
Yeah.
All the controversy happens just all at once.
Right. It just, we got smacked with it all, and then we're left with the rubble.
And the second DeSaad's week hit, Siege started.
Right.
So,
Right. Siege. Ugh. What a dry heave.
It hasn't been so bad.
No?
I mean, no, everyone's good. The bonuses are good. I mean,
Right.
most of them are A tier, B tier. Everyone has them geared. I mean, 90% of the players should have them geared by now. So everyone has their bonuses, and I'm guessing everyone at top 10, they should be just running 20-point matches, right? Because it's full bonus against full bonus. It should be boring at this point, but
Yeah.
I'm in the highest position I've ever been in at this point. Finishing every day either between top 25 and top 35.
Mm-hmm.
I've been for the first week. And I'm seeing more bonus. I'm seeing more opportunity because I'm generally in that kind of, at this point in the game, like 80 to 150 range. So I'm, 60, 70 ahead of where I normally am.
up there it gets easier. You get Saint Walker, you pull the closest on Etrigan, and it just cleans his house, and you get 20 points, and that's it.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of
Easy.
18s. I've been doing a lot of 18s to make sure there's a taunter to deal with the opponent Shiva,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. So I just, I sacrifice one bonus spot just to make sure Shiva can't kill.
If your blues are are fully geared and level 80, they will survive her third. But sometimes in Siege she opens with her second, and we can predict that.
Right.
That's the problem.
And exactly. And
sometimes she goes off script.
My
when
my
things mess up.
number 2 is killing every Saint Walker out there. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
I ran into an
absolutely.
RB3 Saint Walker, and my L5 Shiva
Yeah,
took care of
smacked.
him pretty easily. So I just throw the taunter in there just to be safe,
Yeah,
and
that's-
I'll take the plus 18.
She's the only problem, because otherwise you'd go full bonus every time.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
she just screws it up because and every time when she uses her second, she goes for a mystic. It's like
absolutely.
you have all affinities there, but she goes for the mystic.
Well, Etrigan could maybe survive or two.
He at RB1 he survives. Yes.
Yeah. So my L5 actually survived one from her, but I don't feel good about that. I know every opponent Saint Walker has gone down with my Shiva at L5. And then that neuters whatever strategy they had when Saint Walker's gone and my Saint Walker's alive.
It's just his call assist,
Yeah.
basically. He needs
and increased damage for everyone.
he needs some magic in his kit.
Oh no. Remember when he came out? Everyone was like, "Oh, game changer."
I do.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, the only thing I remember about Saint Walker is when he came out, everyone thought it was ridiculous and he was going to change the entire game. And I remember his first raid where you had to play him on manual, and I wanted to kill myself.
No, I never play manual.
That was by the way, that was the last raid I ever did anything manual.
Wow.
I just can't.
I can't. Like if you give me, it's like it's all these twats out there with these stupid raid essential lists, and now they're putting asterisks out there and say this guy's a manual. Okay, then don't put them on your fucking essential list.
Right.
By the way, we need to do that episode. We need to update our essential list soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're right. We do. Yeah, let's schedule that. Maybe we'll do that next show.
Before the next raid.
Yeah.
Because we do need to make an update to that. And by the way, just for all you fucking twats out there from Convoluted and all these other shitty ones, I saw one from LatU out there that blew.
Oh, that one was fantastic.
Oh God, it was even worse. Our next update on the Raid Essential list will be taking people off the list, adding one and probably taking 2 or 3 off. Just so you know.
Their design was cool, but everything else was wrong.
Well, Biff, to be fair, okay, you got to remember from the very beginning when we brought our list out, our list was created for more advanced players that do not have those characters. You even said that.
I don't agree, Retpmus. We're precise.
I know. I'm just trying to be positive.
Don't lie to yourself, because even if people don't have those, they know what to aim for and what to save their gems for.
Right. And the other thing is,
you know how much it costs to fully gear another character just because it's farmable, and then you miss an opportunity to buy the good one because you've been gearing the shit one.
Yeah.
But the problem is these other
Our
lists.
list is for everyone.
Yeah, and the other lists,
the
biggest problem with them is the farmable characters still aren't there. So so that argument doesn't okay. So let's go through like two characters that are farmable, quote unquote. And actually, one of them might not be now based on the change of the heroics. The 2 that everyone hung their hat on was
Cyborg?
Emerald Archer, Green Arrow, and Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Okay, so I don't care. Like, one thing I'm not. So let's say just out of the blue, we took a new person on Atlantis After Dark, and they had nobody. And Emerald Archer, Green Arrow was farmable. Okay. Would I really tell them at this stage of to waste resources on him for raids?
No, just save them.
Right.
And use them on a good character when he comes up.
When it's available.
You know, Superwoman had a board clear just a few months ago, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So people know where to aim.
I agree.
But when you give 32 characters,
that's overkill.
It brings me to Webster. Okay. Let's just look up the definition of essential before we start putting out these lists, because you can't
Professor
tell me
Biff.
it's essential and then give me Guy Gardner. You can't do it.
True. I think the only thing, whenever you're making a list, like we have our essential list, if you don't have a character and it's like one that only comes out that you can only purchase and they don't have events at all, you could have an alt, like an alternate character that is very close to that character if you want to invest in, because there are some characters, that you just wait forever, like a year before they come out with something. So what do you do in that whole year? Do you not play raids? Do you play raids with subpar characters that you can't do anything with? Or do you go ahead and gear one up that's close enough to get you some stuff? Yeah. That's the only thing I feel that an alt character, maybe one,
it can't be essential. You can't. You can't use that word.
No, you can't. You would have your essential list, and then you would have alternates to the essential.
Yeah, if you don't like, I have no. If someone came out with a farmable raid valuable list, I wouldn't make fun of it.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like if you said, "Hey, here are the farmable ones that can actually be okay. They're not essential. They're not going to get you to a top 10 alliance. They're not going to do this. But if you're trying to finish top 1,000 in raids or whatever, these are helpful." But by the way, I think we get maybe it's my fault, but I think we get on this topic too often.
It's just funny.
Biff.
Just too funny.
Well, because now people send me these lists. and they put them on our server just to rile me up.
Because they know you like them.
Someone put out that LatU one the other day, and
you want to bet someone.
And I love my Latino partners. I my wife's Latino. Like, love that we have a Spanish speaking alliance out there, but as soon as you go over 30 in your raid essentialist, I don't know what the Spanish term is for it, but you guys fucking lost me.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, listen, all of you have been, this has been a very interesting episode of Atlantis After Dark. But I think it's time that we maybe think about wrapping this sucker up. Let's take it around the horn and get everyone's last word. Retmus, take us to church, pal.
All right. Just big shout out to everybody. Our raid list essential list is up there on atlantisafterdark.com. Make sure to check out the website, check out the store, get some merch, support us, keep us going.
Do it.
Other than that, I just want to say to everybody out there that you matter. And what I mean by that is everybody thinks like whenever there's an election or if there's a choice to be made or anything, they're like, well, I'm just one more person. That doesn't matter, or, everybody downs themselves. Okay, well, think of it this way. And since I've been giving a little bit of words of wisdoms, trying to help people out, you would not believe how many responses I get back saying, hey, I reached out to this person because you suggested it, or I've done this and I feel so much better. And even people on this podcast, how many people have I influenced a little bit and you just like took that little step to do something different that changed other people's lives. So you plant that little seed grows, they plant the seed somewhere else, and it's just like pay it forward type mentality. And it doesn't have to be anything, great, but you do matter. So don't always sit back and stay inside yourself and think like, well, I don't want to say anything or I don't want to do anything, because you can influence people positively. So just remember, you do matter.
Thank you, Retmus. As always, your words of wisdom soothe and comfort, as well as your voice does.
I got lost at plant the seed. And lost me there.
Plant the seed and let it grow.
My God. All right. Thank you, Retmus.
Plant a suggestion. How's that? Is that better?
No, it was good the first way around. I'm just messing with you.
All right. It's just too many people. A lot of people don't have any self-confidence and they're always down on themselves. But, you're important. Everybody is. There's nobody out there that's completely worthless. They're always important to somebody. So I just wanted to bring it up.
I'd like to introduce you to my ex-wife.
She's probably important to someone else. Maybe not you, but there's probably someone out there.
Funny joke. All right.
She might have been too important to someone else, which led
Oh boy. All right. Thanks, Retmus. Appreciate it, pal. Biff, tell it like it is. You got to follow that now, pal.
Oh boy. And I agree with Retmus. There's no person out there that is completely worthless. There are raid essentialists out there that are completely worthless.
Oh my God.
Good luck, everyone in Siege. I see some new players pushing higher, which I think is great. Some traditionally PvP specialists have taken the jump to away from a volume and a time event into pushing themselves in Siege. So that's great to see. I'm even pushing myself a little harder than normal on this one, not because I have any interest in the character, but because I just want to see, what you can do. Till King Tut comes as a Siege character, I will not shoot for World's Finest.
I expect World's Finest.
But when
King
that
Tut
day
comes out,
when that day
Top
comes,
10.
I'm gonna schedule some training sessions with M4. I'm gonna go through.
You hear that, Steve?
I'm gonna take it seriously, But yeah, it's a, you know what, just enjoy, because the last few weeks of DCL has been a little slow, and I've actually taken myself away from Reddit a little bit, away from Discord a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
And
It's been a little boring.
Yeah, but it's also been a nice break.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Sometimes even for our games that we like that we do for fun, sometimes you need a little step back. So
yeah, it's like getting the kids all spun up on sugar, you know?
Right.
All right. Well, thanks, Biff. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, Witty, you give us the bottom line today.
Yeah, just nice words from everyone all around. I'm gonna finish on a good note as well. I'm gonna give my my final word for Sandy Charter. You know, she's a regular in our server, and she just posted a victory over Black Flash. That's what. So shout out to her. Well done.
I think Sandy Charter is a guy though.
Regardless, find him again and kill him. He's a twat.
Oh my Lord.
By the way, Sandy was one of the person I was referring to as a typical PvP specialist that is pushing himself in siege this time. So shout out to Sandy. I know we mix it up a little bit now and again on Discord, but love to see you
something good fun.
Yeah, exactly. Love to see you pushing it and hitting that node harder this time.
That's right. Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
Yes.
Very well said. All right. Well, listen, gang, I don't have anything else to add, so I think we're going to call this good. We want to thank all of you for taking the time to be with us today. Get on our website, atlantisafterdark.com. Grab some cool swag from the merch store, get on Discord, talk directly with us, and then hit that subscribe button on YouTube because you know you want to. For Biff, for Retpmus, and Witty, we'll see you all right here next time for another fantabulous episode of Double AD Atlantis After Dark. So long, everybody. And that's it.
All right.
Good deal.
That was easy.
I got a quick question for you guys.
Recording stopped.
Whenever we get the Tapjoy ads and, you see all the different games that they show on there. That one ad, I forget what it's called, but it's the one where like you pull out pins and lava falls down or water falls.
King of Ebony.
Yeah.
Ebony.
When you look at that, does that not look like that's a puzzle game to you?
Yeah.
So it's a big problem because, and this is one of my things, like someone that's like has a marketing degree, I have a really big problem with their ad because their ad says, have you ever seen ads for games that when you went into the game, it wasn't what they advertised?
That's one of them. Yes.
But they're saying it in their ad. And then that puzzle part of it, the dropping the lava, getting to the gold without the monster and everything, that is part of that game. But it's also one of those
world builder
games that make me want to just pull my fingernails out one at a time. But I think they do a very poor job there of throwing shade at other ones that promote the puzzle part of it.
Yes.
But then they're the same thing.
Yeah, I downloaded that game on purpose because I thought it would be like that.
Yes.
And when I saw if you're supposed to build up stuff, I immediately just uninstalled.
But there is a lot of that in it. There is a lot of those puzzles in it, but it's like at the end of exactly. It's at the end of every chapter they give you one of those.
Well, see, that's what I was looking for because I like to download, puzzle games every now and then. When you only have like a few minutes, you want to play a stage here and there. You're sitting at
that one's not it.
Right. So I was
downloaded that one. I tried it for a while, and I hate those. I hate the kingdom building ones.
And then I was like, okay, well, here's this other one with like puzzle zombies where like you match the three and you would shoot up abilities and blow up the zombies. Exact same game.
Yeah. You
have to do a world building, but now it's bases underground to survive. And I'm just like, it's just like so much deceptive content, it's because it's not what they're showing you it is. Yeah, I mean,
No.
it is, but it's not.
And they go a step further by telling you, hey, you ever seen one of those ads that's not what it looks like?
Yeah.
And then say,
Guess what?
go to Kings of Ebony,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
which, because we're another one of those.
Yeah.
I just got so annoyed. I did
Yeah, no, I
find
don't.
that pseudo or that Woodoku is kind
Now
of
that's going to be what it,
yeah.
it says it's going to be.
That one's not bad because it really is trying to fit, all the puzzles inside of like a certain shape and things like that. I just wanted to find some good ones in. I was so irritated because I probably downloaded 5 different games and every one turned it out to be something like that.
My one for that is Pet Rescue Saga.
Pet Rescue.
I've played that before.
I used to play that years ago.
That's just kind of my, like, if I really have 5 minutes to kill.
Right.
It's just straight puzzle.
Yeah, it's more like kind of like a Candy Crush type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you need to save the
Save
pets.
the puppies and the kitties.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See, I liked Candy Crush, but I just wanted something different.
By the way,
other
I
than
tried.
that.
I
Yeah,
tried.
it's
I
like
tried to do
Pet
that one.
Rescue and the
Hate mails
Simon's
pushing.
Cat game. It's also cool. You just have to it gives you different types of challenges
Mhm.
that you should save the cat's treats. It's like Simon's Cat. I'll DM you later and show you what it is.
Okay.
It's similar. It has different types of challenges and you advance in the game accordingly.
Okay.
It gets harder,
It does.
but it's fun. It's just something to pass time. It's not like the CL that you have to be all competitive and all that. It's just something to pass
Yeah.
time.
That's all I wanted. Is something like that.
It's like that, like the ads for like Fishdom or whatever. It makes it look like it's just this puzzle thing, and then it's
Oh, what about
Yeah.
the ads for the world building when they pay it like in a quick video? It's like, I saved the
yeah.
dragon. Boom! Now I've got I fed him a fish. Now he's full blown. These bad guys came. I killed all the bad guys. Now I've got a town started, and I've got a whole garden here. Now I have a castle, and it's like you go play that game. It takes you like a year to do that.
Yeah.
Sectu roped me into one of those for
Oh,
Tapjoy one time,
State of Survival is what I got roped
and
into
I got
doing.
that
like
one.
a week into it, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
dude, I hate you.
I did.
Oh
I
my
told them I
God.
was just like, I'm ready to pull out my freaking hair. I can't
I'm
see
like,
this. I'm
this is-
uninstalling it.
This is awful. Like, when do I get to the point where I could just pay money to end this?
Yes. Yeah. That's why I'm sticking with raids, Shadow Legends.
Raid
I'm
Shadow
not.
Legends.
Raids.
I'm not doing anything else but that one.
I
No.
hate their ads. I hate their ads.
So do I.
Absolutely. They're creative, but they're so annoying because they're always coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are nonstop.
Yeah.
AB. So I know that was a short episode based on when we started. You're not
Mhm.
going to put any of the pre stuff in there, are you?
Oh, all of it's going in there.
Are you gonna put in the ghost stories?
Yes.
Okay, I just need
Oh
to know
yeah.
for the write-up.
Everything from the time I started recording, which was about.
We'll get the religious stuff out of there.
Well, yeah, no, we're not putting the religious stuff in there.
Oh, we'll
But
be crucified.
So you're gonna tell ghosts.
For real.
You're gonna have the
I'm-
ghost stories.
yep, that's the show is going to open with us just talking.
Oh my god.